Hey sweet friends, welcome back. Today is another collab with my beautiful friends, and we were challenged to take a project that one of our friends have made and put our own spin on it. Well, that's what I'm doing. First, there was Donna, the Creole crafter. She always makes these nice risers. So I decided that I would try my hand at making a very nice riser that I actually use. So I got this round here. I think this came from Hobby Lobby. I got it half off, so it was $9.99, half off. And then I added this white paint. I'm also going to use that sticker that I showed you that came from Dollar Tree. We've all seen those. I've had those for years. And those little knobs, drawer pulls or knobs, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to use those for the feet of my riser. And I'm just going to glue those on here with some hot glue. And then I'm going to go on to the next step. I just added a little bit of the white paint just to get a coverage. And then I use my sander to kind of sand it off. Well, hi friends, welcome if you're returning, and welcome if you are new. I'm Kay from At Home with Kay, and on this channel we get crafty without breaking our bank. And if that sounds like something you are interested in, hit that subscribe button and remember that notification bell as well. So after I added these 4 little feet, quote unquote, on here, I realized that, hey, the sides needed some support as well. I should have spaced it out a little bit. So then I'm going to take those last 2 and add those to the side. Okay, so here is that sticker that we see at Dollar Tree. Every year they have these. They have different varieties of them, but this is the pink one, and I love it. I have several of these from years ago. I'm just deciding which one do I want, and I think I'm going to choose this one that goes like to the side a little bit. And I'm just going to stick this on here, and then I'm going to get a little bit of Mod Podge and rub it on the center only, just so it'll adhere good. And if it gets wet, then I can just wipe it off. But I don't plan on having it, anything wet sitting on it. I'm just thinking ahead. I kind of like this music that I chose this time. What do you guys think? I know some people don't like music on their videos, but for me it just distracts, and I don't continually talk on my videos, so it just fills in that, that dead space. But I love guitar music. It's so relaxing, so that's why I chose this one. Okay, guys, so next there's Melinda, the crafty doll, and she always uses like a can to do a floral arrangement in. So I decided that I was going to try my hand at that and just put my own little spin on it. So I love pink, we all know that, so I chose some form of pink paint that I had in my stash, and I'm just going to paint the outside of this can pink. I think it took like 2 coats of this to completely cover it. All right, so now that we got our can painted and dried, now I got some clay, just a little bit of my air dry clay out. And I picked up these I can't remember exactly what they're called, and I can't read what that says right now. They're like clay stencils. You press your clay into it, and then the design is on there. So I'm going to choose this one right here, and I'm just going to get my roller, and I'm going to press my clay into it, and then I'm going to take it and trim it down and add it to my can. I'm going to actually add it with some cement glue and some hot glue. And I'm actually going to add it with some E6000 glue, not cement glue. It's E6000 glue, which is a permanent glue, and a little hot glue. So now I'm going to use that same paint that I did for the can, and I'm going to paint my clay little applique here. And then I'm going to use a little gold paint and also some antiquing wax, because that's going to give it an age look. And I'm just going to add this all on there, and then I'm going to go on with those other two items. And I was too lazy to get out of my chair one more time, so I'm just using the antique wax. I'm just adding it with my finger, and then I'm just gonna go all the way around, wipe it on in a little bit and smooth it out, and then it should look okay. Okay, guys, so next there's Felicia. BOK Media Life and BOK Media Food Freaks are her channels. She uses wood a lot. She uses paint stirrers and things like that. And I had these sticks here, and I said I'm going to try my hand at using some of these on my design, but I'm going to do it, my way. She also makes fabulous lamps, but you guys remember I made a lamp in my last video. That she inspired me to do that. That's why I did it, that butterfly lamp. But here I am. I'm going to cut these sticks at different angles, at different lengths, and then I'm going to put it on this cutting board, because as you saw before, she also made a beautiful cutting board, and she used I think that was a not a stencil, but a rub-on transfer, and I didn't have one of those as beautiful to use, so I'm just going to use a napkin. But I'm going to cut these to make it look like there's a fence on here. This is going to be a spring-inspired little cutting board that I'm doing here. Okay, so I have my cutting board. I painted it white. And then I have my little sticks that I cut, and now I'm just going to begin gluing them on my cutting board. And this is going to just look like a little fence on here. I probably should have put my napkin on first. Do as I say and not as I do. Put your napkin on first, okay, guys? Because it's going to be a challenge to go around the edges of these uneven sticks on here. I'm not going to even do it on video, because I don't even want you to see how horrible it was. Oh, but it turned out pretty in the end. Okay, so I have this beautiful napkin. I got this napkin a couple years ago from a dear friend here on YouTube. She's so sweet, and she sent it to me. Thank you, May. And what I'm going to do is I'm adding a little bit of Mod Podge on here, and then I'm going to add my napkin. And I did it once again, guys. I only took one of the plies off. There was two. I just got to get myself together. Well, after that, I used my iron, and I ironed on the napkin, because I put the Mod Podge on, let it dry, and then I reactivated it with the iron. And as you can see, going around those edges, ooh, that was a little tricky, and also cutting it off. So I just did the best I could. I cut around the edges at the top at first, and then I just sanded it down. Okay, and then I wanted to darken up these wood sticks a little bit, so I added a little antique wax. And guys, I went in my stash and I found these. These remind me of something Felicia used. She had some square ones and she made a box out of it. But you know what? When I looked at these, I said, I can use these as coasters. I'm not going to use anything on the bottom of them because they're just smooth on the back. They're fine just how they are. And I'm just going to sit my cups on them. I think they're pretty. Next, we have Joy from Joyful Design. She uses jute. Joy uses jute. So my next project, I'm going to use a little jute. I got it out of my stash, this jute cord, and she also uses those sticks like that a lot. Those tongue depressor, popsicle sticks, or whatever you want to call it. So I decided that I was going to use these. I got these from Hobby Lobby, and I like how they're not just straight. They're like wavy a little bit. That'll be good for like putting borders on your projects that you make. And I'm just going to sand down those rough edges a little bit on where I cut it off. And then I'm going to glue this together and I'm going to make a cross, because a cross to me, spring, that's what I think about. I also think about bunnies and birds and flowers, but I also think about the cross. So I'm going to make that, and this will just be something that I can just sit around in my home all year actually. So I just used a little hot glue to glue this together, and then I'm going to take some jute cord and I'm going to wrap it around that center section. And then I also have those Jenga blocks, those dark brown Jenga blocks there. That is what I'm going to use to make a little stand for my cross. And there you have it, friends. More fabulous DIYs on a budget. And if you love these projects, don't forget to hit that like button and to subscribe for more creative ideas. Drop a comment down below and let me know which DIY was your favorite. And remember to check out the description box for my friends' channels. They're all linked there along with the playlist for this collaboration. And thanks so much for crafting with me today. And I'll see you in the next video. Oh yeah, and remember, always be the sunshine.